Good morning, everyone. Thanks for joining us today here on Behind the Scenes at the Hanover Theater. This is Lisa Condit, and today I am talking with Jennifer Agbay. She's the director of Ballet Arts Worcester. She's also the choreographer for our youth summer program and the director for our annual production of the Nutcracker. Welcome, Jennifer.
Hello. Good morning. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely my pleasure. So we are all getting ready to finish the year, and we're all thinking about the summer.
Right.
And some of us are planning ahead for the holidays. But let's take it one step at a time. Okay. You've got the youth summer program coming up.
Yes, it's very exciting. I've been on board since year number 1.
I know.
Which is awesome. And to see this program grow and develop and work with kids who just have extraordinary talents, it's like the best summer job.
Seriously, right? Mm-hmm. And so how many people are usually in the youth summer program?
I think we've been consistent with anywhere between 40 and 44 children.
Right. I think
boys and girls, ages 12 to 18.
I know. And some of them have a lot of dance experience, and some of them really don't.
Not. Right. And, you know, and I actually love that about this program because there's a lot of learning going on. Those kids who have the experience, they grow along with me in this program, and those who don't, they actually learn from me, but they're learning from their peers too, and that's a cool thing. And you also see them help each other, which is fantastic.
Right.
But for me, I love the challenge of keeping those who are experienced up on their feet and feeling that, wow, this is actually worth my while to be here and learn this summer, and those who don't have that experience, to give them that experience and to feel confident when they leave over the summer. So if they go into their next audition for their high school musical, they feel kind of confident because the summer gave them that opportunity.
Oh, absolutely. And you work with the students really, I'd say intensively. Talk about what your role is with the program and what that means for the students who are participating.
Okay, so I am the choreographer for the program, and I'm going to say a dance educator, because whatever we're doing as far as the theme for the musical, I try to tie in a dancer from that era or a style from that era, so that the kids feel like they're learning something in the dance world, but it's also relative to what they're doing presently with the show. I've taught them between people, I'd say Martha Graham, Catherine Dunham. And last year, we even did something really, really fun. We did Legally Blonde. So what was happening in the 90s, it was instructional dance craze.
I remember what was happening in the 90s.
Right, exactly. Instructional dance craze. And so we had a ball learning all the instructional dances from that era.
So what do you mean by instructional dance craze? Just for the people listening.
So those, there are those who are risk takers and they can get out on the dance floor and, you know, feel confident out there. But there are some people who are more like wallflowers, and they just rather cling to the walls rather than getting out there on the dance floor. So the instructional songs actually help them to have a little confidence and have something to do on the dance floor. So whether that was chugging to the right and chugging to the left and then shimmying front and back, they could just listen to the instruction and feel confident and have a good time while they're out on the dance floor. Yeah, because not everybody has that risk-taking spirit. So it kind of
confidence and experience and other steps to draw from.
Exactly.
That's what it's about.
Exactly.
I'm glad you give them the tools. And so last year's production was really fun with Legally Blonde.
It was.
I remember my daughter participated. I remember she came home and she asked me a specific question. It was like the homework you gave them where they needed to find somebody who knew the dance steps to some dance.
It could have been the Tootsie Roll?
Yes, the Tootsie Roll. And I have to tell you, even though I took ballet for 15 years and I have no problems getting out on the dance floor, I'm like, the Tootsie Roll? What the heck is the Tootsie Roll?
Oh, yeah, it reigns supreme in my house, too. With my 10-year-old and my 7-year-old. So, yeah, I did. Sometimes I make them do a little research just to get a little bit more, I'm going to say, study into the person or the dance that we are focusing on. I think it's something, you know, for 3 weeks they can really recycle the energy, the education, part of the program, and I think that's valuable.
Well, and you bring up a good point because this is a 3-week program. And it is unbelievable how much the students learn in that amount of time, because you have auditions on the very first day.
Yes, we do.
And they audition singing, dancing, and acting, right?
Yes, they do. Yeah.
So do you go over the steps on the first day and then they just learn it and go with it? How does that work?
You know, what I do for the audition process is I try to make it fun, first of all. Second, I try to make it something that they're going to feel comfortable doing. Like we said, some people have the experience, some people don't. And they're nervous enough already. So I try to take a piece of music from the actual musical that we're doing, and then I will put pedestrian-like movements in there so that they say, oh, that's familiar to me. I can do that. I can jump. I can run. And then I will say, for those who have a little bit of experience, okay, can you do a pirouette here? Can you do a leap here? So everybody has a level of confidence. And with that, sometimes I will build my audition piece off of what we're going to present in the show. And then the kids say, oh my God, we've already learned this, thank God. So they have, again, another level of confidence that they can bring forward.
So the first day is the auditions. You, Colin, and Megan, God help you, you have to put your heads together and figure out what to do with 40 to 45 students based on that first day.
Absolutely. And I will say, in the room, it's highly competitive.
Yeah.
Everybody's trying to do their best. We cast everybody, which is great, but there are some who are going to go for those principal roles, and they don't hold back. And that's fantastic. And that's what this program is all about. It's intense for 3 weeks, and you need those kids who are just going to get their feet soaked. That's it. And they're not going to look back. They're just going to charge forward with you. And yes, they are learning sometimes 2 dances in one day, 3 songs in one day, plus the 2 dances, plus their spacing on the stage with Megan's direction. So it's a lot.
Because once the roles have been assigned, you start right away on day 2. Yep. And I think Megan was saying that typically the morning is broken into classrooms.
Yep.
And so you're working with, and I assume you break it down into groups,
we do.
Right? So, for example, this year you're going to be presenting Oklahoma.
Yes, awesome.
I can't wait to see what you guys do with that.
Me too.
I'm sure you'll figure it out between now and then.
Absolutely.
And so a lot of times in the past, you'll break it down into kind of core groups where I will say the kids who are in the ensemble roles, they're on stage a lot. They're doing a lot of moving. They're doing a lot of singing. And so how many different groups do you guys kind of break it into for the singing, the dancing, and the acting? Because you have to divide and conquer,
We
right?
do, totally. Usually it's 3 groups, and we have anywhere between, I would say, 35 and 40 minutes with them. And then they do a rotation. And sometimes it's been broken up into ensemble, principal, and what's the other group that we can say? Supporting actors. You know, so everybody is getting the specific attention where they need it.
And I imagine that you need to kind of break people up into the different scenes that they're in. So you're practicing the same scenes with the same people.
Exactly. And you know, for me, which I think is great too, I teach everybody everything. So even if the principals may not be in this specific dance, they're learning it anyways. And, you know, they'll say, Miss Jen, but I'm not in this. I said, but you need to take this as a learning experience.
Right.
I said, and you need to get a hold of choreography and how to pick it up. I said, so then if you go on to another audition, you feel comfortable in your shoes and saying, wow, I've seen this movement before. I'm in practice for, you know, learning choreography. I can do this. So I try to instill that in them.
Right.
No matter what.
And just for our listeners to know, this program is phenomenally successful and popular. And the girl spots sell out within the first day.
Yes.
It's really incredible.
Yes. It's good.
We have a waiting list from the very first day for girls. Boys also sells extremely well.
Yeah.
But I think we still have a couple of boy spots available, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, my God. I think we do. And, if there are boys out there, come on, boys, come down.
Oh, you'll be very popular with the ladies. very popular.
Exactly. And
Wait, because I have to say, every girl loves a boy who can dance, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You'll always have a prom date.
Yeah. Boys, take note. Every adult man that I know says, ooh, if I only knew in junior high and high school how popular I'd be if I studied dance.
That's right, with the ladies.
It'd be a very popular sport.
Of course, it would be. Yeah.
So in order to get more information, if you have a boy in your life that you think would really benefit from this, look on our website, thehanovertheater.org. Call the box office, 877-571-SHOW or 7469, and sign them up sooner instead of later. I think that the deposits are due at the end of this month if they haven't already been made. Right. So you guys need to plan your time. So boys out there, time is now.
That's right. Oklahoma's calling.
Oklahoma is calling.
They need you.
So speaking of which, what's your favorite number out of Oklahoma?
Oh, my God, there's just so many. I have to say, just my overall is the energy and the feeling from Oklahoma. I just think I remember seeing it and just saying, wow, the energy of this show is so great. Mm-hmm. And now that I am able to get my feet soaked and my hands, on this experience of choreographing it, so super excited to do it.
Oh, yeah. It's going to be great. So I want to go to a quick break. And so everybody stay tuned because when we come back, Jennifer is going to talk about the Nutcracker. So more to come here in the conversation behind the scenes at the Hanover Theater.